Hi, this is Dr. Andrew Gracician, the Soul Mahas. The new website is therealsoulmahas.com. And today we're just going to touch base really on a couple fundamentals. So the first fundamental is on raising children. Now this sounds a little bit complex, and yet it's not complex. So when presenting two things, so the sex, the bird and the bee talk, not so hard. I'm going to do this in a couple parts. They're going to be labeled as parts after parts until we get it right. I'm trying to keep videos down a little bit, but if they extend, then I'll have to go into parts. So the birds and the bees topics for kids, not so complex. With male children, you can divide the family of hosts unless you're very liberated and they're close in age. But if they're not, then separate at some point in time. Not separate, but separate in a discussion. So as the males are in age, close, talking in a group with you, it can be you and your husband, or your husband and you talking in the group of the males. But essentially, you're presenting it as ease. It's ease on your mind when you've rehearsed it a couple times. There's Habits for Success by, I can't remember the author's name, but check out that book. Remember, that's only one thing of the many that are in that book. So Successful Habits, and check out that book. Very worthwhile. It's a gray book with yellow cover, but mentally rehearse, play it over a couple times. I mean, athletes play things over in their mind a couple times, right? So you do these kind of things. Rehearse it a couple times so you have it stable in your mind, and then you can go through possibilities even in your mind. So when you iron it out, then it's easy. But the nature is, let's say you have a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old, males. You have a daughter, but you separate them at this point in time in a conversation. It can occur anyways, but generally family home is a little bit more safe. And what you're doing is you're discussing. So you sit down and you say, you know what, guys, at some point you more than likely will be masturbating. You don't even have to say the masturbation word, but you'll say more than likely at some time you'll even be playing with yourself. It's just common, okay? And you say, so there's a couple ways of doing it. Generally, a bed is safe, and it's kind of relaxation, and you can get into it at night, whatever, do all that kind of stuff. You don't even have to get into all of it, but you can say a bed is generally it. But it leaves something. It leaves odors and such. So if you want to deposit, an easy way is to deposit into a toilet, but help mom out, help dad out, and clean up after yourself. Wipe down, not necessarily the toilet seat, but the toilet bowl, the upper edge of the toilet bowl, wipe down and make sure it's clean, and then just flush the toilet and beware, not beware, but just clean up after yourself. You should be helping me out, okay? You don't want me knowing, I don't know what's going on, but we both know something is happening. Let it go as such. Now, the process is the next video we're going to talk about. But that's how easy it is. You can get into the birds and bees right after that if you wanted to. You can say, you know what, guys, I got you on this topic. Do you guys want to know the next step? The next step is females generally like someone going down on them. That's how easy it is. Males probably like someone going down on them. Don't expect it, vice versa. Allow others to do it. Now, the thing is, they should understand that at this point in time, the conception occurs through what? Intercourse. A male cannot intercourse with a male. No, they can, but they cannot conceive. Just as a female can not conceive with another female, but they can have intercourse with another female as such, or at least play. So pregnancy at this point in time becomes an issue of male directly in a female, whereas 69 and such is a limitation of nothing. So whereas the STDs are even more common in anal intercourse and say sexual intercourse, 69 is a little bit more safe. You can generally feel out and see if someone's sort of what you call a hoe or hoe-ess. But essentially, that's the process. And then you tell them, yeah, 69 is safe. If you guys want to you can experiment with a partner. No one's going to get pregnant. You don't have to worry about pregnancy, and both partners would probably appreciate it. Okay, and that's how you present the early stages into kids.